The next speaker on the program is the Vice President of NADA, who provided the premises for the first workshop led by DESH, with their collaboration extending for over 6 years. He aims to speak about the impact these programs have had on the advancement of women in the South African motoring industry. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Mr. Thembinkosi Phansi.
Pressure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for giving me the time, Program Director. I think I'm going to start by saying in 2019, I offered the facility, which is the dealership that I used to run, to DESH, to launch the first ever motoring GBV rape workshop at the dealership that I used to run, which was Lindsay Seker Audi Center in Braamfontein. This workshop aims to educate attendees about possible career path in the automotive sector, while also giving a chance to convey her motivational personal story, because she does have one. In this January, 17 young women from rural areas who participated in last year's workshops at notable dealerships shared their triumph over adversities, challenges, with some still living with their rapist in their communities, all while successfully completing their matriculation. The impact of these workshops, coupled with her personal experience, DESH, has played a critical and crucial role in their achievement. And I think we need to give DESH a round of applause for who she is and the impact she's making to other women out there. The impact of these workshops, coupled with her personal experience, have played a crucial role in their achievements. This initiative is another development arising from M-WOTY, and I think we need to acknowledge the women in this industry and what DESH is trying to do to change the status quo. Now, I have to read this to you because DESH insisted that I must write a speech. And I said, DESH, I can't write a speech. I speak from my heart. So as you can see, I'm reading, I'm battling here. But I have to read. So I'm done with reading. This is what I'm going to say. When I met DESH a couple of years ago, I was young. I'm still young. Forget about the gray hair. My first encounter with DESH, it was very emotional for me. As someone who's coming from a very difficult background, right? No, I just got matric. I don't have a degree. I don't have anything. I just had hope in my heart that tomorrow I must make a change and an impact wherever I go. And whenever I got an opportunity, I need to maximize it. And when I met DESH in 2018, we connected. Simply because she has a story to tell. A story of a woman from a difficult background, from a challenging background, with all adversities against her. But today, DESH have pulled the entire automotive industry with a powerful and amazing women that are in this room to say everything is possible, no matter where you come from, no matter what adversities you faced, no matter what challenges you faced. And I think, DESH, wherever you are in this room, I don't see you, it's okay. You said I'm not going to see you when I talk. I just want to tell you that you are what we call in my culture in Xhosa, imbogodo. Imbogodo is a rock. And thank you so much for driving this initiative to empower other women in this automotive sector. We need more women of your caliber in this automotive sector. And all the nominees and the people who have won awards tonight, powerful women, we need you. As a man in this, I've got 2 decades in this industry. As a man in this industry, we cannot cannot advance this industry without you as a woman. I celebrate you tonight. We appreciate you. We respect you. And I think that there's more that this industry can do to advance women empowerment in the automotive sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Phansi. That was actually very moving. Now, every year, when we host these awards, we always have a large audience of new people who actually don't know Desh's story and why she's such a passionate activist of women empowerment. Those of you who do not know Desh's story, let me tell you what it's about. Desh was a victim of gang rape on her 15th birthday. Following that traumatic event, she entered a 3-year relationship with her first boyfriend, whom she believed would safeguard her. Unfortunately, this led to a relationship marked by gender-based violence, culminating in a horrifying incident at age 18 when he went to her father's home, shot at her with the intent to kill. Believing she was lifeless when she fell, took his own life right in front of her. Needless to say, on that day, a warrior was born. 5 years ago, Desh was invited to participate in Philippolis with journalists during the initial MyPad handover. And it was this moment that prompted her to finally open up about her struggles. It was inspiring for her to hear Miss South Africa at the time recount her own experiences of abuse, which encouraged Desh to share her own story as well, influenced by RADA. With the guidance and support of Tracy and the RADA team, Desh has since become an advocate actively discussing issues related to GBV, rape, and suicide. Today, she's a certified counselor specializing in these areas. We do have something to celebrate tonight. This year, we're excited to announce that we raised 100,000 rands for RADA MyPad. Here's the best part about the 100,000 rand. For some of you, it might seem a bit negligible, but what this means is that 800 girls can attend school with their dignity intact during their feminine cycle. So this is why Desh is so passionate, and the RADA team has worked with Desh to basically make this possible. So this deserves a real heartfelt round of applause. Now I'd like to call upon Prashana Dita to say a few words about her experience with RADA. Tracy, if you don't mind, please join her. I know you have a few words to say also about the movement.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Being nominated for the Women in Motoring last year was a significant moment in my journey. I'm deeply grateful to Van der Walt and Dirk for their belief in me and putting my name forward. Their support had played a major role in my development, leading to the incredible honor of winning the Leadership Award last year. Winning the award was a humbling experience, and it opened doors that I hadn't imagined. It gave me the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to an initiative that is very close to my heart. RADA, which stands for Rape, Alcohol, and Drug Abuse. Through this initiative, I became involved in a project that focuses on empowering young girls in school by providing them with MyPads, which are reusable sanitary pads. As simple as this may seem, it plays a significant role in keeping girls in school, maintaining their dignity, and allowing them to focus on their education without the constant worry of missing classes due to the lack of basic hygiene products. The moment we handed these MyPads to the girls, It was incredibly moving. Seeing the relief in their faces and knowing that the small act could secure their education and future felt profound. We weren't just giving them pads, we were giving them the confidence to pursue their dreams without any barriers. Being part of RADA, working to bring a positive change, and standing alongside these incredible young women is a testament to how leadership can truly touch lives. In saying that, I'd like to have Tracy say a few words on our behalf, and then we'd like to hand over a check to her. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Last year, I was asked to speak, and I cried through the whole speech. And Desh has very nicely shared that on Facebook a few times, which I'm quite embarrassed about. But so I don't know, I don't know how many people know the story about how I met Desh. We did our first handout of reusable sanitary pads in a little town called Philippolis in the middle of the Karoo, and that was 5 years ago. Desh was a journalist, part of a group that Kia brought through, and they sponsored that MyPad handout. And that's where I met Desh, and that's where I heard her story, and that's kind of just where our lives connected. And 5 years later, here we are, and she's doing amazing things for RADA. So the MyPad project is basically, it's focused on empowering young girls, keeping them in school, so that they don't miss out on class because they're on their period. A lot of them do that, and then they drop out of school. So the plan is to just keep them in school by empowering them with these MyPads. And the MyPad project would not be something, it would not be possible without sponsorship. So the money that we receive from sponsors, we produce our own MyPads, and then we organize the handouts at normally grade 7 girls. And then encourage them to stay in school no matter what. So last year's donation was amazing, which allowed us to hand out 365 MyPad packs this year. And I believe that this year's donation is going to allow us to hand out 870 MyPad packs next year. So, yeah. And the sponsors involved with this donation would be Motors Toyota, Kempton Park, Hatfield Motors, We Buy Cars, and MFC. And I'm really, really grateful. Desh, you're an amazing, you have to come onto stage now. Sorry, yeah. Don't cry. Desh, you're an amazing, amazing human being and an outstanding woman, and I'm so glad to have met you 5 years ago, and our relationship is just awesome, and you're an amazing person, and you are changing so many lives. You see now I'm going to cry. Thank you. Thank you, that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Tracy.
Okay.
I'll give Desh and Tracy a moment to actually show the check of the 100,000 collected. Thank you, Tracy. My mic is gone. Oh. So next up, we continue with the awards. The 10th category of the evening, the Benevolence Award, recognizing exceptional women who have participated in the program while continuing to advocate for this initiative. The first lady on this category to win is, I'm sorry, I've got a feeling that this surname, I'm apologizing in advance. But Aileen, please help me and I'll say it again properly. Aileen Gengen, Assist Manager PR and Events at Suzuki Auto SA. I also did make a mistake. I called Aileen before I called the people who are going to actually honor Aileen. I'll just call them up quickly. Carissa Jack Mohan and Stefan Potgieter. Thank you, Carissa and Steph. Please stay with me for the next two categories as well. The next winner is Daphne Greylen, Head of Sales and Networking Development at Mazda SA. And the last winner of this category is Donna Makulo, Dealer Principal at Mazda Suzuki Isuzu Umhlanga. Congratulations, ladies. The 11th category is Women of Substance Awards. This honor is for women who are extraordinarily distinctive, humble, and generously dedicated themselves to empowering other women. It is also awarded to those who have triumphed over obstacles to fulfill their aspirations. And the first winner of this category is Priscilla Bula, Dealer Principal at VW Clarksdorp. The next winner of this category is Yolandi Ferrari, Dealer Principal at Auto World Clarksdorp. but not least, the last winner of this category is Agnes Mulaba, Financial Manager at Kia the Glen. Well done, ladies. Truly appreciated. Congratulations. Stefan and Carissa, thank you very much. So this next category is a very special category because of its uniqueness. Chantal Potgieter, who pioneered this award, has taken the lead in promoting excellence for women in the automotive industry. And I invite her to provide insight into why she chose to sponsor this newly established category celebrating women in the automotive industry, recognizing them as true champions of the dealer network. Chantal Potgieter, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 4 years ago, our adventure with motoring Women in Motoring South Africa started quite unexpectedly when Desh extended an invitation to Brad Capital to join her in her studio. Swiftly after that, we became truly invested, and I was very, very privileged to be on her show on a couple of times, discussing various elements of motoring and women in motoring. For Desh, Brad Capital represents much more than just a sponsor. He is her go-to person if she's looking for advice, guidance, or even a little bit of motivation. At some times, as I think many of you are aware, when dealing with Desh, you need to apply a little bit of tough love because she just bounces into all directions. And if you give her one thing, she's expecting another 10. But Brad knows how to deal with women like that. Sometimes I'm like that, and my colleagues are like that. And we give him enough practice. But one thing is that Brad is always available. If there's any element of Desh's campaigns or projects that she's busy with, Brad is willing to take a call almost until 11 o'clock at night. After that becomes weird, but up until about 11 o'clock at night, he'll take her call and talk to her. He frequently tells us how Desh is actually the only person that has ever been able to convince him to stand in a queue to get a COVID test, to attend one of her awards evenings. And how she managed to get that right, we still don't know up until today. So recognition awards serve as a token of appreciation to those people that have gone beyond what is expected of them. And that is the reason why we give people recognition. So on behalf of the Hatfield Motor Group, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to MFC and Motoring South Africa, Women in Motoring South Africa, to allow us to utilize this platform to also create this new category to recognize those women that operate behind the scenes. They don't work for a dealership, they don't work in a dealer network, and they don't work at one of our OEMs. But the role that they play is fundamental to the success of our dealerships and our operational processes. As Hatfield Motor Group, we really hold the value of these people really highly. And we believe that if we recognize our service providers and the people that hold our hands to make this industry successful, and we recognize their service, they will also in turn recognize the importance of their roles and do whatever is possible to make our dealerships successful. Our initiative to sponsor this category aims not only to enhance our partners' performance, but also to foster a relationship that will grow year after year, and that they see that together both parties can have success. I would like to invite Brad Kaftel and Desh Pillay to join me on stage to hand over the first people that will receive this award. Oh, you're not coming. Brad, you're alone. Debbie, will you join Brad on stage? You see, Desh just shouts instructions from the side, and you just have to okay. Cool. Our first winner, Anri Kani, the marketing manager at Sariti Solutions. You see, typical service provider, they actually do the service and we just stand back. They fetch their own prizes. Inga Labuskagni, the legal advisor from Stride Consulting. And lastly, but certainly not least, Valerie Reddy, the Digital Operations Manager at IX Online. Thank you, Brad and Debbie. Thank you so much for allowing us to present this category to you guys. I would like to encourage you to think about your nominations for next year, to recognize these people that don't work in our industry, but relentlessly works hand and foot for our industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chantal. Thank you, Brad.